Hey, what's up, everybody? Thanks for tuning in to another episode of Shit Talking Sundays in the Light of a Warrior. Today's episode was technically going to be something else, but we do a morning of check in to discuss what we're going to talk about. And the MS Warrior this morning said, "Hey, I'm not feeling very well. I don't know if we can do the show." And I said, AG the dad promised that, like the post office, rain, sleet, slow, or dead of night will not stop us from delivering this message to all the other fans out there, because this is truly your MS journey. The good, the bad, the ugly. We pray that there's not a lot of ugly, but when there are, I really think that we should take the time out, even if we have to shorten the show, for us to show you that side. So, without further ado, I'm not sure how long this show is going to be today. I'm AG the dad. And like I said, I'm glad you guys are tuning in to um, one of our episodes. Um, what up, MS Warrior?
Hey, everybody. Hey, AG. How are you?
I am always doing great. I'm glad that you were able to bless us with
Yeah.
your self today.
Thank you. Hi, everybody. Hey, out there. First things first. Anything that I say on this podcast is solely my experiences and what's right for me, what has been directed by my own medical team. So, not any form or fashion do I portray to be a doctor. So, at any time you feel that you need medical attention, please reach out to your medical team or 911. Um,
Absolutely.
so yes, AG is right. I'm a little bit under the weather right now. I am kind of under some prescribed medication and I feel crummy. But like AG said in thank you AG for pushing me, because that is my story, my daily, and that's why I committed to do the podcast, is to spread the awareness and talk about my journey with MS. And
Mm-hmm.
today it is a good topic, never give up, because I gave up on the podcast this morning, not its entirety, but just for today. And I laid around and rested. So, and I normally do, guys, before the show anyway, because as you know, us warriors, where our energy is depleted big time. So, on Tuesdays, I don't have no plans. I've committed to my Tuesday evenings, and I've put other things in my family here at home. They're excited to, and they work around my schedule for Tuesday. Um, Meals get cooked ahead of time because of Tuesday, or everybody eats out, just so we clear some times for all of us for Tuesday to give me this time. Um, so it definitely works, So I have to take that time, and like I did today, early in the morning, early afternoon, probably with a lot of us, um, it takes us warriors a while to get the motor going and probably feel how we're going to feel for the rest of the day. Usually by an hour being up, hour or two, I usually know how I'm going to feel for the rest of the day, unless I just get up and, try and do something for hours and, just really blow my energy. And then I'm like, done. And I'm sure you warriors can agree to that. So, um, So let's talk about never giving up. And in my past podcast, we have spoken about never giving up and reaching out to family and friends and telling them, what you're going through in your diagnosis. And also, I will extend it even for a mental illness. AG the dad, he'll be putting up hotline number and such during the podcast as we always do. But I will um, say now, if any of you out there watching, um, need an ear, you're going through something. It doesn't matter if you have MS or any autoimmune disease. If you are just having a tough day and you need someone to talk to, reach out, because that's what our podcast is about: is share, compare, and support. So there's a lot of things that MS warriors have that changed their life, where you feel that, oh, I'll give up on this. And it may be, maybe you belong to a book club, prior to your diagnosis or falling ill. You could have been a soccer mom prior before coming ill. You could be a hair beautician, just or a stay-at-home mom and taking care of family, spouses and such. And there's a lot of things that warriors have to change, myself speaking, in just daily life, and
Mhm.
sometimes things seem to get a little grim, and you don't know if you should push yourself or cancel. you know, I've been there, done that for many, many moons of my diagnosis. And for some reason, except this year, I tend to fall ill in December around Christmas, birthday. And, that seemed to be that time of the year for me. Um, except this year. So things are turning around. And I did say, I've made a promise to myself that this year, 22, was going to be different, that I was going to make different moves, um,
Mhm.
and adjust my life to be there more. And the medicine, of course, yes, that's helping, because this time last year, I wasn't able to do the things that I'm doing now. Not to say that I wasn't ice skating and now I'm ice skating. No,
Mhm.
that's not the case. I feel that my body is able to uh I wouldn't say do more, but last longer in what I do. Whether it's showering, whether it's going to the grocery store, whether in which and even the flea market. We went to the flea market over the weekend, and of course, yes, I rode my electric scooter because I can't walk it. So even doing stuff like that, um, before this 9 months, 10 months being on Kesimpta, I literally maybe 30, 45 minutes, and I just felt so sick, guys. And I'm sure a lot of you warriors experience the same thing. So we would have to do things in spurts, and there would be lickety split, like quick. Okay, I need to go to the shop. I need to go to the store because I need laundry soap. Literally go in, even though maybe I need six other items, I could go in for one, or I would
Mhm.
try and do the other shopping and leave my cart because I felt ill, felt sick. So, um, if it takes you a couple trips, then do the couple trips.
Yeah.
Don't give up. Don't give up, on the things that even make you happy. If you like, you and your girls' night out went to a paint. They have the painting get-togethers where you go and together in a group and you do
Yeah.
paint
Drink
night.
wine and paint.
Yes, paint night and stuff.
Yep. Yep.
Um, I encourage um, every warrior out there to take if you're not doing anything now because of your disability, pro- promise yourself that you'll try in the next 2, 3 weeks. Take the time out to do one one activity, whether it's sitting down. I feel my best when I'm sitting down. Honestly,
Mhm.
I do. Um, Take one thing out for yourself that you enjoy and start incorporating it in, even if it's just for 10 minutes. Don't forget about you. That's the important thing. Don't give up on the things that you loved before the diagnosis. You should still be loving them after your diagnosis, but doing them in a different
Mhm.
form, a different fashion, you know? Um, I still, I used to, all my life, I've loved to dance all my life. And that becoming sick, and of course I got into relationships, so I wasn't clubbing anymore, dancing and stuff, but I have grandkids, grandgirls and stuff, so we turn on the music at home and we dance to Carlos Santana. We put towels around our waist, and you know and I do what I can, and it's not for it's not for long, but I'm still sharing that experience with my grandkids while I still can stand up and use my legs, for whatever time it is. Um, I don't
You
know.
know,
Go ahead.
it's so crazy that you talked about the leg thing. Uh, my aunts and I think an uncle or two of mine all had some type of walking issues in their later
Mm,
years, and you know, the one thing I can say, and I'm going to assume that this goes for um, any disease or disability that you're experiencing. If you allow that disability or disease to stop you from doing everyday life just because mentally you're not feeling it, because remember, mindset is everything. um, and your body is a very resilient piece of um,
machinery.
biological machinery. And
Yes.
so when you are going through the things that you're going through, sometimes working through it is an option.
Hmm.
um because like I said, I've had a few friends who, they just, I'm not going to say they gave up, but they just don't do certain things because they feel like, it bothers me to do that. So, um,
Right. Right.
if you feel that it bothers you to do that now, what if you couldn't do it? Then would that bother you more? I mean, let that sink in. Think outside the
Right.
box and think deeper. If you stopped doing something because uh, it it bothered you or hurt or whatever, or it was just a slight inconvenience at first, and you allowed it to get to the point because you didn't, you know, treat it somehow, whether it be, work it, not necessarily heavily, but just, instead of doing one step, do two steps,
Right.
push yourself a little bit. And like we
Right.
said in the beginning, we're not doctors. We're just,
Mm-mm.
giving you your journey. And I'm just giving you maybe suggestions that may work. I'm not a doctor by no means. Before you try any of this, consult your physician. But
Right.
I'm just saying, um, I think that, just like I want to say Montel Williams said in his, I mean, he's going to fight. He's not going to let it beat him and control his life. He's going to control his life. So um,
It's
that's why, I had you do what you did. When you said you weren't
yeah.
going to do it, I remind you every time. Hey, look, good, bad,
Yeah.
or ugly, let's do this. Even if you got to speak a few minutes, I will give you a break. I will talk, and we will
Right.
get through it.
Right. And I appreciate you for doing that because, like you say, sometimes it takes you to push through it, and 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 believe me, not by any means am I. assuming that you warriors can just pick up right now and go, go bake a 3-layer cake and then do laundry at the same time. No, because I know for some warriors, yes, they're still doing all that, but they have a mess. For those like myself, um, that's a different story. That's a different story. But um, I, like I said, I have told myself this year that I have to start doing more things. And of course, I'm going to give credit to the medication, and that's just this is my journey. Yeah, it may be a little different for you, and I'm not
Mhm.
taking away anything from somebody else's journey, because those of us who are wheelchair bound, of course, their life is a lot different
Mhm.
than mine or
Right.
yours,
Mhm.
so but um never giving up is a wide spectrum of a whole lot of things. It spreads from your wellness. A lot of
Mhm.
people um get to this point of not feeling well,
Mhm.
and I'm gonna tell you, um because it happened to me, and I was down in the bed too long, sick, and Miss Shirley came over from out of town, Larry's mom, and she told me, she prayed over me. She's real church, real godly woman, and I love her for this. Many times did she come down, even when I was in the hospital, and prayed at me, over me at the hospital. And one time she came and she was like, "You've been in this bed too long. You need to get out of this bed, and you need to do it quick. Get up, get out of this bed." And I didn't feel well. And of course, at that point in time, I was like, no, I have to do this, of course, on my own time, just like everybody else does. Even you, AG, with the concussion, nobody could tell you at any certain point of what you're going through to do something different, because it just doesn't work like that all
Yeah.
the time. But it's a reminder that if you don't get up at a certain part of this, it's going to
Mhm.
consume you.
You know, yeah, because the point I was making with the other with my aunts and uncles really not walking and taking it advantage or pushing themselves is it got to the point where they couldn't walk anymore. So, what
Um,
quality of life do you think you're going to have if you don't keep working yourself? I mean,
Working on it. And
li-
and
the,
that's
the
a big thing, AG, with MS. They want you to exercise. Anytime you read something about MS,
Mhm.
they want you to exercise because it depletes our muscles.
Right, and if you don't use it, you will lose it.
Yeah,
Okay, I don't
that's a
care.
saying.
I don't care how bad you used to be. If you don't continue to use it, you're going to lose it faster
Faster. Yeah.
than everybody else because that's what the disease that you're dealing with does.
Yeah.
So for me, um, I don't have it, but from my experience of visually seeing friends that have went through it, I have seen them go through the depletion things of them not doing some
Yeah.
of the things that they used to be able to do. So
Right.
the never give up attitude is very important. Like I said, I'm not going to keep stressing to you. Mindset is everything. But before
Mhm.
we continue, before I let you continue to talk,
Mhm.
I need everybody that's out there listening. Okay, I need you to follow us on Shit Talking Sundays at YouTube, on uh, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Talk Tick. Um, it,
Is that really a
hey,
thing?
I don't
Tactic?
know, MySpace. What's old? AOL. Follow me on AOL. If, if you could find me on AOL, follow me on that because you know what? I want you. hit the notification button. You
Hey, I
can't
still have
forget.
AOL.
You know what? That's why I said
I
AOL,
know.
because I think if they
Throwing me
if
under the bus with
i-
AOL.
if people uh like, share, subscribe, and they type in shit talking Sundays in AOL, you may come up. So hey,
I
you
may
will
be
be
the
the only.
only
You might be the only one
I
with
might
it.
be the only one left. Might be
So
the
for
only one
me,
left.
right. So please, everybody, I can't grow if you don't help me grow. And I'm definitely down to get the word out there for this and everything else out there. Um, don't forget, this is every Tuesday at 6 p.m., 9 p.m. Eastern. And in the light of a warrior with the MS Warrior, we just give you information in regards to her journey dealing with MS.
Yes.
Um, Also, on Wednesdays, we do a 6:30 fitness tip of the week with Vince the Beast. Um, and with Fitness Major. Um, and that's
Hmm.
also at 9:30 Eastern on Wednesdays, every Wednesday. Every Sunday, we air church services at 9:30 a.m.
Hmm.
Pacific Standard Time with Pastor Phil. And you know what? Let's get back to it. In the light of a warrior, MS Warrior, tell us more. Tell us
That's
more.
me.
I'm trying to give you all this energy and pump you up.
Yeah.
You know what? Matter of fact, you got
It's
so much
working.
energy. You know what? We got to do this. Hold on, everybody. Boom. Yeah, yeah, yeah. You know what I'm
Yes,
saying?
I like that. I
There you
like it. I
go.
like it a lot.
Little something for you. Let's get you energized here. But
Yes.
you have the floor.
Yes. So, on those days that you feel like blah, and which I have those days, and today's one of them, um, it just takes a little smidge to work a little bit through something. If you are in pain, and if you actually take medicines for your pain to get through, certain things, or if you do exercise, or if you're out on an outing, what do you do the next few hours once you're home, to let your body regroup? you know Me, I always have to recoup. I don't know, it's not regroup, recoup. you know um that's just something with this MS, is if I do something, you know, and it doesn't have to be anything big. It can be showering for literally 6, 7 minutes. I've heard a lot of warriors say, "Oh my God, bathing is such a chore and it drains me." Yeah, it's crazy to think that you just standing up and taking a literally 5, 6 minute shower will make you go back and have to get in the bed. So these are things that warriors are faced with, and I was faced with that too, until I learned what works for me to spare that energy and not feel so depleted of that when I get out of the shower. Um, and you probably with yourself have learned little hacks that you can do also to do perform your daily duties, around home. And that you should, because you don't want to give up um, any parts of your life before you have to. Even if you have to arrange things around to do, for me, I have most energy in the morning if I'm feeling good the night before or what have you. Or even, you guys know, we can wake up one morning from the previous day of feeling good, and that seems to be for me. If I feel good a couple days before or the day before and I think I do too much, the next day I'm exhausted. I don't feel sick, but I feel MS sick, yes, exhausted, and certain parts of my body will work slower. That tells me, okay, you felt good yesterday. You did too much. And, our brains want to do a whole lot, but our body says, excuse me, chick, you need to slow down, slow your roll. So that sometimes, causes problems for me because I've always been one to, um, let's paint the walls. Let's hang this. Let's go out in the yard and dig a pool. I've always been that type of person. And so when I feel good, I'm like, okay, now I need to get in 3 weeks worth of stuff because tomorrow I may not feel. Like this. So um I've learned to manage manage things. And Larry would tell me too, you don't give yourself enough credit and don't feel you have to try. And and I would, for a long time, I'd be like, I don't want to do that because I'm scared of how I'm going to feel. I would feel horrible, guys. I would feel so crappy. I would literally hurt after as if my body is going into a spaz because I overworked it. And it doesn't take much to be overworked if you have multiple sclerosis.
So, is there vitamins that would help you?
You know, a vitamin that that our my doctor, and from what I know about multiple sclerosis, MS depletes your vitamin D. So usually, people warriors are put on vitamin D because we're depleted, and we stay away from the sun because heat is our enemy. Heat exacerbates our plaque, the lesions. It causes inflammation on the damaged nerves, and that can throw us into a relapse, or it'll cause a flare to where we'll feel like we're going into a relapse for days ahead. But and then as your body recovers from that, then hopefully your symptoms subside and you come back to baseline.
Mm.
So that is a given because we get vitamin D from the sun. So, and I'm a sun baby and I miss the sun so much. I still get some sun, but before I'd go out on the weekends by 8:30, 8:45 in the morning, I was fishing and just basking in the sun until about 9 at night. I miss that. I can't do that because the heat, I've learned. Um, but um, vitamins, and this is where it's like, okay, um, two sides of the fence because we can't boost. It's not good to boost your immune system if you're on a medicine that turns your immune system off, as the
Hmm.
Kesimpta that I'm on. It turns my T B cells down, depletes it, because that's what attacks our nervous system. That's the MS.
Hmm.
So if we boosting our immune system in one fashion, our medication that we take monthly, or at least I do, Kesimpta. Now I used to be on a different medicine for 3 years straight, and I had to do injections 7 days a week in seven different parts of my body, weekly, daily, on a daily. That
Mm.
medicine didn't deplete my immune system.
Okay. So, since
So,
you've tried both,
mhm,
um, why Kesimpta over the other one? In your opinion, this is, like I
mhm,
said, this is not medical advice. Please go
right.
out there and consult your physician. This is just her journey. I'm just asking her questions about her journey to hopefully shed some light and maybe give anybody else out there who's dealing with MS uh, another way to deal with it. Think deeper, think outside the box. So my
Yes.
bad. Go ahead.
Education is key. Education is key. Educate yourself, educate your neighbor, anyone, because you don't know who you're going to run across that may need you for the support, being a MS warrior. Um, Kesimpta is a once a month injection that depletes your immune system. It stops it from attacking your your nerves that become exposed from your own body attacking your immune system, attacking your own myelin sheath, it's called, that's covered on our nerves. Well, MS, our immune system, attacks that. And over time, that your wires, become uncovered. And then the plaque starts to build. And that's where you get missing signals to whatever part of your body that has formed on, you'll have problems with. So, um, with that's what the Kesimpta, what it does, how it turns off our immune system. With the Copaxone, it didn't do that. Different disease modifying treatments do different things to your body that help stop the progression in different ways. So with the Copaxone, it didn't do that. It it did something in reverse without turning your immune system off. But that was 7 days a week, seven parts of my body. Um, and as far as I'm concerned, it didn't, it wasn't effective. It wasn't as effective as the Kesimpta is, honestly. I thought before the Kesimpta, um, excuse me, from the last, let's see, not this year. I'll be on Kesimpta almost a year and a couple months. But the prior 4 years, I've been down and have lost my legs before. And I've been in the hospital multiple times. And I always said, after that, after I recovered, I always said, thank God for the Copaxone. I'm back walking and stuff like that. But there's changes with my body now since I've been on the Kesimpta. That is for the positive, for the better. But there's pros and cons to everything, like the Kesimpta with the vaccine. So um, my medicine may have already depleted my vaccine, so I may not be 100% covered. So they say covered, being fully vaccinated because of this Kesimpta, and which, okay, I mean, hey, you know, I chose the best one that I was ready to deal with the side effects and the possibility and everything.
Mm-hmm.
And I took weeks to find this medication. And actually, I didn't get on it for 8 months after I chose it. I stayed um, treatment free for 8 months because I felt okay. And I didn't want to take it during COVID because it was before then my immune system is strong. I raise grandkids. They come home sick from school with fevers, flus, vomiting, boogers, and all that stuff. I never catch it.
Mm-hmm.
So being on the Kesimpta, well, before starting the Kesimpta, knowing that it shuts my immune system down, I was worried during COVID that if I shut my immune system down, what do I have to fight off COVID with?
Mm-hmm.
So I didn't start it. But guess what? Big mistake, because it threw me into a relapse with new brain lesions. And I hadn't had any new brain lesions in 4 years. I got off medication, and I didn't get off purposely. Don't get me wrong. I had to switch from the Copaxone to another DMT, disease modifying treatment, and I chose Kesimpta because the side effects were getting too severe um, from the Copaxone.
Wait,
So
you say DMC?
DMT,
DM. Oh, okay.
yeah,
All right.
yeah.
Damn
So
medicine table. Okay.
so yeah. So you know, get wanting to be on a treatment, you have
Mm-hmm.
to do a lot of educating yourself, a lot of reads. I mean, I've researched and read medicines, I've read treatments, I've read what's bad. I mean, there's medicine out there for multiple sclerosis. that you can't eat salami, you can't have grapefruit juice, you can't have certain wheat flours. I mean, it's crazy. So,
Mhm.
and to be honest, there was one that I was gonna choose, and I the salami one. I said no, I can't give up salami.
Mhm.
Honestly, fermented, I couldn't eat
You know it's
fermented.
Shit Talking Sundays, and every day is Shit Talking Sundays. You know, I'm gonna be nice today. All you fans out there, because we all were thinking it. We were all thinking it. So, but
I
back to
always put
your
my foot in my
back
mouth.
to hey, back to your thing, because every day is Shit Talking Sunday. Don't forget to like, subscribe, tell a friend about
Please
it.
do.
We trying to make the message that we give today entertaining, fun, not just some boring talk show where somebody talking about like a robot that this is that
No,
and that. Nah, man, we're gonna talk shit. We're gonna keep it positive.
I'm
Um,
gonna keep
if
it real.
if you have a story you want to share with us, please, man, email me ag
Yeah.
the dad is my personal email. You could reach us at agthedad at shittalkingsundays.com, or if it's a little bit more urgent and you want to let's say hit my hotline because you got something hot, a hot tip you want to tell me, there it is. Boom. Shit Talking Sundays hotline, area code 912-486-5010. That's right. There's a hotline. So
Yes.
and if you just want to motivate the MS warrior,
Support.
there you go. You know,
Yes.
uh it's
Definitely. Definitely.
BOGIDDY6 at, there it is, AOL.com.
Don't
So,
be talking mess about my AOL.
hey, look, so everybody, don't forget to tune in every Tuesday at 6 o'clock
Yes.
Pacific and 9 p.m. Eastern. This is In the Light of a Warrior. I am AG the Dad, your host that brings you the most for Shit Talking Sundays. But continue on, my MS Warrior.
All righty. All righty. So yes. So the vitamin thing. Um I take vitamins. I do. And recently I got some test results back and blood work back, and my doctor called me, and actually this is real right now, that he wants me to go see a hematologist because of my platelet count is too high. Everything else is good, but that's too high, and he doesn't think the Kesimpta is causing it. He said, matter of fact, he says no, and this is my doctor, so this is strictly my experience. It has nothing to do with your experience on Kesimpta, and I'm not a doctor. Um, but so that now I'm going to be sent over to see a hematologist so they can run some tests and find out, why my platelet count is rising. It's risen in the last two um, blood tests, and that's 6 months. The last past 3 months, it's went up 20 points. And he said that he'd rather send me now and get things worked up and checked out than wait. The platelet count isn't super duper high, but I'm glad he's on it and thinks, hey, let's nip this in the bud and see what's going on. It could just be thrombosis, and that's where they don't know why that your body starts to produce more platelets.
Um,
So
Wait, did you say trombone tosis? That thing that you go. "Burp, burp, 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 burp." I'm just kidding.
I
Let's be serious.
know.
Let's be serious. Yeah, these are serious.
Thrombosis.
Look, these are serious diseases and things that really do happen.
Right.
Um,
Yeah. And that's why I say on my YouTube channel, and I say it here too, stay diligent on your health, guys. And you don't have to be a warrior to stay diligent on your health. And I tell people, friends and family, that if they have is if they have an ailment and don't follow guidelines to get better or not have to get on medication or injections and stuff. Take your health into your your hands because it matters. I always tell people, friends of mine, why do you do that when you know you shouldn't be because you have this and that? Look at me. I
Hmm.
have an incurable disease. I wish I can stop eating bread to stop this illness. You know, so it's important to call your doctor, stay diligent, care about your wellness. Um,
Preventative measures.
yeah.
Before whatever
Hi,
you're
Steph.
on, whatever you're on, um, or whatever disease or ailment you have, try to catch it early. The earlier you
Early.
catch anything, the more likelihood there is for treatment, or at very least controllability to some
Right.
extent. I'm not
Yeah.
saying all things can be controlled and cured, because we all know that
Right.
that sad fact is not true. But
Right.
early detection on everything,
Yeah.
um, you know.
Can have a better outcome. Yeah. Yeah.
Um, with that being said, because this is shit talking Sundays and every day is shit talking Sundays, fellas, if you're let's just shoot a random number out there like 40. If you're 40 or more and you haven't had the finger yet, and you know where I'm getting at, you go to that doctor and you see the
And
doctor,
every
and
day is shit
and and yes, every day is shit talking Sunday. Let's just hope that when you have to go get that prostate exam, the doctor you see doesn't have a finger that looks like a thumb. Because boy,
Oh Lord.
the funny things that some of my friends have said, but I'm just bringing awareness out there for screening. Early detection for anything will help you to potentially survive longer and live longer. Like I
Right.
always say, you have to have a why. And for me, with the MS Warrior, when she was going to quit, I know what her why is, um, and that's why she's here today. You, everybody that's
Yes.
out there, all the shit talking Sunday fans, all the other people who are going through MS, all the people out there who are going through some type of disability or going through a disease, she has the why to make sure that even when she wasn't feeling good, she was here. She told me, man, I don't know if I can do 30 minutes, but I'm gonna try. Look, we're 45 minutes in. She's looking like she's pepping
Already?
up and getting better. And that's I wanted to show everybody out there that if you don't give up, your mind will get you to where you need to be. Okay.
Right.
Never give up.
Yeah.
Okay. On
Yeah.
anything that you do in life, you can you could either be an A student, the best of the best, or you could be a C student, the worst of the best, or the best of the worst. The choice is
Right.
yours. You know,
Right.
um,
Everything, warriors, there it's okay to do it in moderation.
absolutely.
Who says you have to go to the pizza place and stand and eat your pizza and be out of there in 15, 20 minutes?
Mhm.
Nobody. So it's important to see what you can do and the things that you care about. And I know right now, pandemic, I'm feeling at my best, and um friends, family, I can't go visit and do the things right now that I feel like, hey man, I could actually get 4 hours in tomorrow. In the morning, and wake up and be like, yeah, I'm ready to go, you know on my terms, and it's on my scooter, but it's okay because that's
Mhm.
helping me live my best life. I
Right.
it messes with me and it's here to stay. And I I have control of the wheel, and I'm trying to make MS take a back seat. And
Mhm.
for that reasons, I have to push myself, and it's too easy, yes, to say, oh, I'm not going to. But when you have it in your mind, and your mindset is, nope. And just like tonight's show, and AG is right, because I didn't know if I'd be able to make it through because I wasn't feeling good. But now that I'm on, I was thinking to myself, I don't want to not do the show. I enjoy doing the show, spreading the message that I am a warrior, just like millions of you out there, and I'm here for support. You're not alone. A lot of the things that you're going through, I go through too. You may
Mhm.
be going through a little bit more than me, but I'm here for you for support if you need.
Right.
And I know vice versa, vice
Right.
versa. You know, so we're in this together, and you're not alone. Anybody could reach out to me. Like AG said, he put up our emails. Um, and the hotline number. So definitely at any time. And if you'd like to be a guest on Shit Talking Sundays, hit up AG the Dad. And if you'd like to be a guest on In the Light of a Warrior, that's the podcast we're on tonight. Speaking about MS, you don't just have to have MS to come be a part of the podcast. You may have friend, family, a loved one that you know,
Mhm.
and they may need a little education, or a warrior friend, or you may want to know a little bit more about MS, or if you have
Mhm.
immune autoimmune disease, please join in. We're not prejudiced. We welcome everybody.
Yeah, like one of our viewers out there, Stephanie Vargas. She says she has diabetes and it's hard to eat healthy. You know, I
Hmm.
was I went to the doctor and he told me I was pre-diabetic, and because diabetes ran in my family, I was really scared that I was going to be full blown diabetic, and I did not want that because I saw what it did, and I saw how diabetes can, if it gets out of control, it can really start
Hmm.
taking limbs. And I don't mean
Yes.
that. I'm really blunt about what I'm talking about because I've seen
Yeah.
it, and it's scary to me. So for me, I asked the doctor what could I do, and I'm assuming um, that if during pre-diabetes stages, the fact that I went very hard on exercise, and when I say hard, I went 5 days a week for 9 months, and usually it was 1 to 3 hours in the gym every day to try to make sure that diabetes wasn't going to beat me. So
Yeah.
after 9 months, I retested and it was gone. Now, did I
Oh, good
eat
for you.
better? Did I eat better? Thank you. Thank you. Did I eat better? Absolutely, in the very beginning. And like Stephanie said, it's very, very hard to eat healthy. And because healthy food tastes like shit. Let's be straight up. I mean, brown rice, it's okay, but nah, you can't eat white rice. You can't eat potatoes. There's so many things that you can't eat. Starch. You got to complete all starch. You
Yeah.
know, so it's
And see, and for me, I'm a health I'm a healthy eating person. I love to eat healthy. I don't mind to eat healthy. But I mean, overall, yes, that's good for someone like me who doesn't have diabetes. It's good for everybody. You don't have to be diabetic, of course, but their diet for diabetic is, of course, the key. But eating bad sugars and stuff like that is bad for diabetics, but it's bad for MSers too because it causes inflammation. So there's certain ailments, illnesses that the diet pertains to many. Carbohydrates, inflammation. Carbs turns to sugar, inflammation, 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 all across the board. So I honestly, if I just buckled down and ate what I know and what I like, I wouldn't eat fast food, French fries, stuff like that because I love healthy food. I do
Mhm.
it, and but and that for me does change the way I feel. They
Mhm.
say, and this is just out there in medical field. I've read books. Dr. Wall. I don't know if anybody's heard of her. Her Dr. Wall. She turned her whole life around. She has a book. She's a doctor. She was in a wheelchair. She changed her diet and now she's jogging. Okay.
Mhm.
So, of course, everybody's story is unique. My story and my outcome isn't going to be like the next warrior, of course. But what I've noticed for myself is my food that I eat affects how I feel the next day. It does.
You
And it's,
are what you eat. You are what you eat.
yeah,
Remember that.
and yeah, and they say, you know, there's no specific diet for MS. For MS, my opinion, I beg to differ. I beg to differ. If somebody out there in research land would say, "Excuse me, warrior, we're going to put you on this diet for the next year, and we're going to monitor your progression and your wellness," I
Mhm.
guarantee, I guarantee things would change. Things would change.
You know
I.
what?
Mhm.
I have an acupuncture doctor. I'm not going to say his name because I don't know if he wants to be
Right.
um, acknowledged like that. But he's a healer.
Mm,
Herbs, the acupuncture arts, and um, I'm not gonna say he's a Bruce Lee yet because we haven't finished our thing, but
mhm,
he's he could very well be. His skills are
mm,
very good. When
okay.
I'm done with everything that I did with him, I'll let you know. But this message is to you. If you have a plan that you think may work for her, um, next time I see you, maybe you can give it to me and I'll indirectly give it to her as something for us to study on to see if it
Mhm.
will help because there are a lot of people out there that really could use any help that they can
That
get
they can
there
get, yeah.
because there are people. I mean, even though scientists are doing it and researching it, I'm sure there's still other motives. So if somebody out
Right.
there has a suggestion, the MS Warrior may be willing to try it out if it makes sense. So if
Mhm.
you have a diet plan, exercise plan, that kind of thing, man,
Right.
please reach out and doc. That was for me specifically to you, but to everybody else out there as well.
Yeah. And so back to AG, you had mentioned vitamins earlier. So that
Mhm.
we kind of got away from that, but vitamins is everything. Of course, food. We get it from our foods. Some of us need more than that because we don't get what we need through the food and such like that. So um, everything that you do for you, only you know that what makes you feel best with the eating. Give yourself time to adjust and don't give up on that. What whether and me speaking from experience, I can't eat. Oh, I could eat chocolate, but I can't eat candy bar chocolate anymore since I've had been diagnosed with MS, since I felt ill with MS because things have changed. I had MS, they say, doctors say, for, prior to diagnosis 5 years ago, 10 years prior. Chocolate didn't bother me those 10 years, but the damage now and things affect you down the road years later differently. So, but I could eat baked chocolate. I could eat chocolate cake, but I can't have candy bar chocolate. It takes away the feeling in my legs. I'm weak. I can't stand up. I have to lean on something to hold my body up. Things that I eat affect me. I've almost given up white sugar. That has made a big difference, guys. That has made a big difference for me.
You
And
know, yes. If somebody's out there that is a sugar holic, I strongly suggest that
hi, Vanessa.
you take
That's our daughter-in-law.
that you get rid of sugar, white, white pure cane sugar, and go with brown sugar as a substitute. I'm not saying one is necessarily better than the other per se, but it is to a certain extent. If
Right.
you have to have sugar, Um, but
You know what I use now, AG, is I research sugars. Of course, because shit, everything that we use needs sugar. My coffee, my tea, of course, honey and stuff like that. Um, but you got to be careful because some of those foods that are good for one thing, they're bad for another, like count. As I'm
mhm.
going through that right now, as earlier in the podcast, I let you mention I have to go see a hematologist to see what's going on. So now I am doing eating things a little differently because I want to bring my platelet count on my own. I don't want to have the bone marrow test. I heard it hurts. I've read that it hurts.
I've never personally had it done, but I know some people who have, and um,
Yeah, say
I'm gonna say it
it.
hurts.
Yeah, I don't want to have that test done. So I've already ordered some foods and da 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 da, da, which I don't have a problem doing. I love it. I like it. It's my wellness, and I'm going to stick by that. You know what I mean? So, um, what works for you, you don't have to go at somebody else's pace. If you were to give up something and try something else, and just because the bottle says, hey, you have to take 40,000 of these vitamins to feel this and that, and you go at your own pace on what makes you feel good. Just because something says something different, our bodies, you never know how our bodies will be affected by something. Like a lot of doctors say MS has no specific diet, but I know for a fact if I sit and eat sugar for breakfast, lunch, and dinner for 7 days straight, I'm not going to walk. I'm not going to be able to walk 4 days after that. So in 11 days,
Mhm.
my legs are going to be gone. My left hand probably won't be able to hold a pencil. So, with that being said, you don't give up on what works for you. Go at your own pace. Your mindset is everything, everything to your well being, your mental well being. So, incorporate what you can on your terms. If you have to make a schedule, in which a schedule works really good for me, really, really, it really does. And it keeps me brain sharp, and it keeps me saying, I have this to look forward to, not that I'm going to wake up and I'm not going to feel good. My back is going to hurt. My legs are numb. All that. Yes, that's our everyday. But what are we
Mhm.
going to do about it? I'm not going to let it consume me. I've had those days. This year, 2022, is gonna be a good year for me. I know it is. I know it is. So, change. If you don't do things to make change happen. Hi,
Mhm.
Jason. Nice to see you.
You know when you ask for something um because you want someone to, the most high works in mysterious ways.
He
When
does.
when you say, if there's someone out there that has a healthy plan that wants to come in, or someone has a healthy diet that they want to suggest and they wanted to come in, the most high says, let's put them on the path to show you the way. So
Hmm.
I have a surprise guest that I'm going to bring on right now.
Thank you,
uh
son.
the one,
Love
the
you.
only Vince the Beast with Fitness Major. I think he might have something to say. What's up?
Hey, all right. We get to
What's up,
tune
Vince the Beast?
in.
Team Fitness Major. What's going
Hey,
Jeezy?
hey, how's it
Hey,
going?
hey.
First of all, I've been listening to the podcast. Sounds great, actually. You guys are awesome.
Thank you.
And thank you for stepping up. And even though you wasn't feeling your best, uh,
Thank you.
so we're gonna get back to that in a second. I had this bone about this thing AG said about
Uh
healthy
oh.
food tastes like shit. Time out. Back the hell up.
Oh yeah, hey man. At least for me, that's how it was, man. It just didn't taste right to
I
me,
mean,
man.
okay, I say like this. I believe healthy food tasted like crap back in like the Vietnam days when they was having to broil their chicken and stuff, and
Hmm.
no season, no flavors. But it emphasizes even more so with healthy foods the importance of herbs and spices.
Hmm.
Mhm.
It's the flavoring. Because don't get me wrong, I mean, it's all about that. So if you are not taking care of doing the proper seasonings and putting the stuff together to make that flavor pop, yeah, it's going to
It's
taste. It
gonna
can
taste
taste
like
pretty bad.
cardboard. Yeah,
Because I
right.
used to get asked that when I competed, like, "Oh, you eat chicken all the time. You eat fish. Doesn't it taste nasty? Isn't it bland or boring?" You know, they think there's this misnomer that you have to eat bland food, and you don't. And
Mm,
herbs and spices are natural,
yeah.
and it helps with a lot of these things what you guys are talking about. A lot of chronic diseases.
Times, right, times have evolved. They've
Hmm.
evolved. And actually, I know we're running into your show, and I just want to mention to you and to my warriors out there, this is the guy to get with on the podcast, you guys, with Shit Talking Sundays. If you, as we know, and I'm not talking about going out and pushing 325-pound weights and doing all that, but exercise is key for warriors like myself. Yeah, that's
Hmm.
me. I'm the warrior. So
Right.
um, I've started incorporating some exercises. I put a band around my honey and he puts his weight and I hold on to the band and I do my squats and stuff like that. You know, um did it hurt after? Hell to the MF and yes. I hurt for like 3 days after, but I've told myself this year, I've made a lot of promises to myself. And because I have a son who loves me dearly, he's my support. I have a daughter in law, my puka butt, great support at home. And I love everybody that much to um, be here for longer, and to live my best life and to change things. I can't change things by not changing things, you know? Um, and on top of it, we warriors, because we're not physically active, we put on weight and stuff. So it's important. So I know you have the knowledge to spread the love to some warriors out there who need that motivation for at home, um, with exercising. We don't get out much. Some of us warriors are still in the gym and stuff like that. Me, I've never been into the gym, and now I wouldn't be able to do that. So at home, I'm on my time. Now, remember what we say, never give up. That's that was tonight's show, never give up. So if even if you do it twice a week, you're not giving up on your physical being. It's important, warriors, never give up. On this note, I'm going to say my last goodbyes to everybody out there. Yes, Jason, you are what you eat also, of course. And I'm glad you tuned in, and I'm sure you've been busy working and doing all the good stuff. I hope everybody is taking care of themselves. And if you're staying on, welcome
Um,
to the podcast with Vince.
um, unless you're tired, he got on for a reason to try
Oh,
to give you suggestions. I would
Yeah,
assume.
I got on for your show. I'm not. This isn't for me. This is for your
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. That's what
I
I'm saying.
thought
show.
we
Because
ran
somebody's
into
good.
I thought
No,
we ran
don't
into
worry.
him.
Don't worry about that. That's
I'm here to speak
we.
to you and the Warriors.
Hey, look, we're trying
Oh,
to help
yes,
out. You asked one day for a guest
I
for him to be a
did.
guest, and you wanted something a suggestion to maybe make life better for you. So
Thank
guess what I did?
you. I did. I did. Thank you guys. I
So
did.
with that being said, I'm gonna let you two to talk for a second.
Okay. Cool.
So a couple things you said to pinpoint one thing you guys was talking about. I didn't catch the very beginning of the show, but I caught the back half, and I know
Mm-hmm.
I heard about talking about how you wasn't feeling your best today and everything, and then I
Yeah.
caught on about the nutrition. I mean,
Yes.
and for anybody that listens to my show and or know me, of course, they know you have to look at this as a journey. Like, and we only get one body, and
Mm-hmm.
so when you think about health and nutrition wise, you need to just put that in perspective that this is something that help benefit you. It's just like filling your tank up.
Right.
Unfortunately, we're in a day and age where people put more emphasis on things outside of themselves. And I ain't mean like not even like family wise, but like no,
Mm.
I put the best thing in my car. Or I only buy from this fashion company or buy for that fashion company. Well, put that same quality into your body, to nutrition, no matter
Mm-hmm.
what your health status is,
Right.
and the benefits will appreciate. This
Yeah.
is the one thing that you can invest in that does not depreciate in time. It
Right.
only appreciates. That's your body. Nothing else will appreciate for the most part. I mean,
Right.
consistently.
Right.
You know.
I was a smoker, and I was smoking 4 years into my diagnosis. And man, every time I lit that cigarette, I would have to hold on to the furniture to get back in my bed because it made me that ill. And I
Hmm.
was, I, that was, and I've given up. July will be 2 years. I went into the hospital on a relapse, walked out, and said, I'm not ever smoking again.
Hmm.
Haven't cheated, haven't touched it. And
Good.
I, excuse me, Jason said, what would you say? Cigarettes, Jason, cigarettes. So, um, but that, um, I know removing that out of my life, um, will have an effect on my days to come. I'm a year, off the cigarettes, and I know it's already made a difference. I feel it. um you know, I didn't need the compiling of the smoking, the ms, and stuff like that. I know you was. So I definitely, agree about the eating and taking care of yourself. um and for those of us that are already on, restricted diets and stuff with ms, it's, what would you advise someone? It just say, if my doctor clears me and says, yeah, you could just work out as hard as you want to, and as far as you can take it. Someone with multiple sclerosis that um that you would know that after we use our muscles the next 3, 4, 5, 6 days, we may suffer from spasticity, and of course the soreness and
Hmm.
stuff like that, because we, have spasticity. A lot of us warriors suffer from spasticity for no reason. Like,
Hmm.
parts of my leg start to cramp up, for no reason. What kind of exercise would you say for someone, um, a warrior like me?
So I've worked with people with a lot of different elements, a lot of different COPD,
Mm,
MS, fibromyalgia, degenerative disc, neuropathy. So a lot of this stuff, and you guys are, I mean, I preach about this regularly anyway, but
mm-hmm,
a lot of you guys are what I really mean more so, and you guys understand it better than anybody that is just normally healthy that doesn't wake up. Um, every day's wake up is pretty much the same. But
mm,
with you guys, I mean, like you said, you might wake up one day for no reason and be in pain or in
yeah,
discomfort for no reason at all. You go to bed just fine and wake up the next day, or so
that's me.
yeah. So you guys understand the importance of, like, when I say, like, every day you're not going to be your best.
Right.
Every day
Right.
you're not going to wake up and every day the birds are outside chirping and it's sunny and everything feels great. And you go out there and go to the gym and you can just go and crush it. So I would just say this: every day it'll be different. You have to listen to your
Right.
body. I say that all the time. Listen to your body. I can't
Right.
emphasize it enough. So there might be days, like you said, where you may not be able to do anything,
Right.
and and there may be days where okay, I'm feeling a little bit, but I can push through. I my biggest I think my biggest when it comes to elements and different um what's the word, I'm drawing a blank, different chronic illnesses or anything like that. I've
Hmm.
had a woman, she was 67 and she had fibromyalgia, she was had diabetes, she was severely overweight, she had chronic fog, which I've never even heard of until her.
Oh,
But
brain
basically she
fog.
just wakes up and she has like a memory fog.
Oh yeah, yeah. That's
I've never even
oh.
heard of that. And then she had I never remember all the words, but it's the I'm trying to remember the name of it, where she just where she has this, it's a bile syndrome where she just has to go to the bathroom.
Hmm. Hmm.
And to me, and she really, and to me, she what is epitomizes what a warrior is, because
Yeah.
all those things she has, right? And she adopted two sons.
Yeah.
And when she first came to me in the gym, she literally had a walker,
Hmm.
and she took a walker everywhere she went. And she
Yeah.
told me, as she, she's her body, she came, and she originally was from St. Louis, Missouri. So
Mm.
anybody that's in the Midwest or even on the East Coast, a lot of places they know they have a lot of stairs because you got basements. And a lot of
Mm.
the like, and even if you just watch the movies, you see those old homes, especially like in the Midwest and everything. Those
Mm.
stairs are really steep because I've been out there. I have friends and family out there. So just
Yeah.
and she couldn't. So that was over. Forget that. But
Yeah.
even just her going grocery shopping was an obstacle.
Was it? Yeah. Yeah. And that's like with us with MS, because it depletes our muscle tone.
Yeah,
And so then that makes it even harder, of course, to it's hard enough to be able to exercise, but to go out and do, what's normal, grocery shopping,
yeah,
on certain days. No, even on days that I feel okay to go to the store, I can't be in there and walk it.
yeah,
That's I can't. I could walk it for a few minutes and then I have to get in. Either I have a electric chair or I use the stores. So
yeah,
if real quick, I'm gonna respond to Jason real quick in the audience. He says, I'm a type of person that doesn't go halfway with anything usually. I have found myself taking it too far sometimes. It's always good to know your limits physically. Jason, I hear you on that. And it's very, very easy um, to be in the midst of something where you think that you could handle it, and then midway have to stop. And I've been there, done that. I've been out and about and had to be like, "Oh, I thought I could handle this. Hell no, I have to go home. Please stop. Please take me home. I can't do this." Because it hits you, that fatigue and that overwhelmingness of everything, the vision, everything, the tingling in the face, the head, the neck, your back, everything. Just it doesn't give you a warning. Just bam, okay, your outing is done. So yes, knowing your limits for us warriors is key. That's what I talked about earlier, is do things in moderation at your pace. Don't go out one day and try and knock out everything in one day, because you'll pay for it down the line. My thing is, I've been there, done that, and I've learned over the years. I was suffering myself. Man, when I would try and be normal, I would hurt. My chest would hurt at night when I would lay down to go to bed. That overwhelming, that exhausting feeling, it's no joke, and it makes you feel like a part of you is dying at that moment. It hurts. It hurts. It hurts. And the only way for me to make mine stop is to go to sleep. but then I'm so overwhelmed. That feeling, have you ever been so tired that you can't sleep, but you're friggin' tired? That's what that I experience when I'm overworked. And he says, I've noticed that if I stand around and not have like a direction I'm going, go it, direction I'm going, I stumble more. But if I walk with intention, I tend to do better. Yes, me too. It's almost as if, okay, my brain got that signal to my legs and my body, the motion that it's telling me to walk. But as soon as I stop, my brain has to regroup again. Like, okay, so this part of my brain is telling me get ready to move the left foot, the right foot, all that. I stumble on air. I lose my balance all the time. So Jason, yeah, that's just special quirks of MS. So definitely we have to pay attention to our body, whether we're working out. We have limits, and of course everyone knows that. um MSers, well, let me speak on myself. I can't push myself too far. Been there, done that. I feel like I'm a vomit. I feel like I'm a pass out. um all that, everything in my life, and even down to my fingernails. And ladies, if you're watching, my warriors, my female warriors, I love fingernails. Who doesn't like to wear fingernails, girls? But I have noticed, and I have converted over to press on nails, because all that heavy weight on my hands of all that acrylic, man, made my hands feel so much heavier than they were without them, or with the little press on. So that made me even feel worse. It Because lifting my arms literally takes strength. Now, who would have thought, oh, just lifting your arms? We were made to lift our arms, but for us warriors, it's hard. It's like burning, like I've lifted weights in a marathon, a lot of my days. So there's things that you can do to adjust, but just don't give up. If you like your nails, you like your hair done, um, regardless of what it is, do it in moderation. Do it to where your body can handle it. Just know your limits. That's key and important, and then you'll be able to move further down the ladder to where you'll get to start achieving these things, whether it be working out, losing weight, whether it's going to the doctor on your own, you know, anything, anything. And he says, if I'm tired and in the dark, it's lights out. Oh, yeah. You know, me, I could be tired, 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 and still be awake. What that's about, I don't know. It's a pain in the butt, except on a flare and a relapse. Then I couldn't stay awake. I couldn't stay awake for 3 months straight. And that was all discussed, and I shared that with everyone in the beginning of the show. But definitely, um everything in moderation, definitely. And I'm sure everyone can use um motivation, and someone that knows what they're doing, what they're dealing with, um as far as getting a little more physical. um I want, and I don't know about anybody else and how this would actually feel, but we're lighter in water. So this summer we had a pool put up last year, a big one, and but the heat for me, and I'm thinking, okay, maybe this summer I could go do an indoor pool, to where I'm not out in the sun, to get that exercise in. You know what I mean? That give me some, of course, a little cardio. I don't know how much I'll be able to do, but again, starting somewhere, and like Vince says, some days you may not be able to, and some days you will, and it all depends on how you wake up and you're feeling on that note. um with that being said, guys, I lasted an hour and a half, and Kudos. Thank you, AG the dad, for pushing me, not to give up. And it was a perfect time to do the show and a perfect headliner for that. Thank you for being a guest on my show. I appreciate it.
Mhm.
And any warriors out there watching, don't go yet. Hey, you have shit talking Sundays, where anything is welcomed for shit talking Sundays. Hit up AG the dad, and actually, we need to put there goes Vince the Beast, fitness majors. He has his show on Wednesdays, right?
Yep.
With you, AG.
Yep. Yep.
So
Yep.
you guys out there, um, you want to get a little bit of fitness, and he will definitely fill you into all that. And if you're a warrior and you want to get a little physical too, hey, ask your doctor. What can you do? Even if it's just walking, start somewhere. Don't give up. Do what you can when you can. And uh, one more from Jason. I'll try and tune in for his show also. Yes, definitely, Jason, for sure, for sure. They will hit you right now. Recap when they're both up with the podcast and stuff. But for me, guys, I'm gonna leave you on this note. Thank you so much for tuning in. You're what's keeping me going with the podcast. Spreading the awareness of my journey on multiple sclerosis. I plan on having guests on, family members on, so they can share. Because not only do I live with MS, sorry guys, I always get emotional when I talk about my family, but it's real. Um, they will be on to share their side too on what it's like living with MS, even though they don't have MS, because that affects my son, my grandkids, my daughter in law, my honey, my grandkids, and my little squishmallow just fell. But so you guys will be able to meet them on a podcast. They're going to be guests, and they're going to tell you what it's like living with their mom, grandma, maybe not the grandkids, because as it is, it's a little adultish. But and any of you guys out there that need to reach out, like I said earlier, feel please do so. You're not alone in this fight. We're in it together. And if you want to be a guest on my show, please get in touch with me. Share your journey with me. Uh, Strength comes in numbers. Share, compare, and support. Don't forget, please like, comment, subscribe. And me and AG the dad, and maybe Vince the Beast, we'll see you guys back here Tuesday. But stay tuned. They have information about their shows. AG, before you cut me off, Jason says, yes, thank you, AG, for letting her tell her story. I know I've been blessed, Jason, and I thank you, AG, seriously, from the bottom of my heart.
Hey, no problem. No problem. For me, it's I already told you, I'm your journey touched my soul, and I want people to be able to um think deeper, think outside the box, know that there are other people that suffer from the same things. We're all human, you know. So for me, it's a pleasure. It's not. This is my way of giving back. I know sometimes doing this can be a thankless job, and I know that you go through your ups and downs, but I wanted to give people a true journey. So that's why today, when you said you weren't feeling good, I said, okay, and the show still has to go on.
You
Even if you're
did.
just gonna, even if you're gonna sit there and look, if we have to move your camera to your bedside and you're just gonna sit there with the camera on, y'all talk. I'll just say, hey, look,
Right.
everybody, this is our warrior. Ha ha! We're getting her. We're gonna get her.
And we
No.
did that already, one bedside. AG, real quick before you go, before you in the show, if you see that name up there, do you see it, Andy Frenas? And it says,
Yes.
okay, that's my son.
Okay.
And go ahead and read that comment.
Okay, thank you, AG, for giving my mom an outlet to tell her story. I appreciate you very much. You know what? It's my pleasure. Your mom is a great person. I've known her a very, very, very long time, and she
Thank you.
genuinely is good people. So
Thank
it's
you.
for me, it's an easy thing to do what I'm doing. Um, if you have nothing else to say,
Stephanie thanks you.
no problem, Steph. I enjoy
She
seeing
said,
you on there every time.
love you
Every
too, Steph. Thank you so much. And I wish I could stay on longer. But as you guys know, we have future shows ahead, so I can't tell it all.
right.
Can't tell it all. So everyone, thank you, Jason. You're a terrific warrior. Thank you too for supporting me. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I really
Yes. Yeah.
appreciate it. You're here. You've been here every night since we started the podcast, and I appreciate you so much, warrior friend. To all my family and friends out there, I love you guys from the bottom of my heart. I really do. Um, so on that note, I'm gonna wrap it up and I'm gonna tell my warriors, I hope you have a good night and a better tomorrow. Stay diligent, take care of yourself, because if you don't, who will? And the
Right.
warrior is gone.
Oh, yep, there you are. You're back. But all
Oh
right,
gosh. No.
my bad. So look, everybody. Man, I'm AG the dad. I want to thank everybody for tuning in. Um, you know, never give up. No matter what you do in life, if you give up, whatever it is that you wished to have come true won't become a reality. Um, and you never know, if you would have just tried one more time, it might have worked. So you can never give up. Be kind to each other, help each other. Um, don't be afraid to pay it forward. Sometimes uh, a random thought in your mind to give somebody a gesture of kindness could be something that the Most High instilled on you at that particular moment, and that person prayed for help or whatever it is that you gave. Maybe it's a gesture of, you're blessed today. I just feel like the Most High wanted you to know you're blessed. You never know what that person in their mind is going through, whether or not they're having a very bad day, whether they're contemplating jumping off the roof, whatever it is. Um, Maybe the words that you say to them could change their direction in life. Um, so that's why I'm here, and that's why I do my shit talking Sundays. Because every day is shit talking Sundays, and um, it's the shock factor. You come here, you see it, you think that it's gonna be a bunch of cats talking shit and all that, but you know what? For me, it's positive shit. If you hit the lottery, you're gonna call your friend and say, "Girl," or "Homie, I just hit the lottery. We're rich." So shit talking doesn't have to be synonymous with negativity. So just keep that in mind. Um, I'm AG the Dad. I want to thank everybody for tuning in to In the Light of a Warrior with MS Warrior every Tuesday at 6 p.m. We have the fitness tip of the week with Fitness Major with Vince the Beast. With fitness, we have Team Fitness Majors, Vince the Beast, and he has a fitness tip that he gives every Wednesday at 6:30, and then um, Pastor Phil from Calvary Christian Center, his service airs 9:30 every Sunday here. So we're only growing from here. If you have a suggestion or a concern, please shoot me a email at agthedad at shittalkingsundays.com, and I will be sure to reach back out to you. Once again, thank you for tuning in. I'm AG the Dad, and I'm out. Peace.